Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to hang with me a little bit and watch the video. Always grateful for that. And guys, today, if you are regulars to the channel or if you've been with the channel for very long, you've heard me talk about this Megabass Super Z2 crankbait. If you haven't, guys, I'm gonna clue you in on something that is my favorite bait in the summertime. This thing is a fish catching bait in hot water in the summertime. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips and advice on how to fish it and what to look for, and really just sort of clue you in on how incredible this thing is. I mean, I don't want this to sound like a commercial, because it's not. It's something that will legitimately catch you more fish if you sort of, follow some of the guidelines that I figured out for myself on this. Now, the thing about this, guys, is this bait has been around for several years now with Megabass. It's called the Megabass Super Z2 crankbait. They got a Super Z1, which is a shallow lip, but I prefer the Super Z2 here. And also, guys, I will put this in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys want to pick up one. The three colors that I use the most are this frozen glass one, and then this chartreuse back one like this, and then the blue back chartreuse side. These are my three favorite based upon the water clarity, which we'll talk about a little bit here. But anyway, guys, when Megabass came out with this, I looked at it and it's like, it's a cool looking bait, but it's like, you look at it and it's like, it's not a lot different than a lot of other baits like a Bandit. So when I first saw it, it's like, well, that looks pretty cool, but it's like, is it going to be that much better than anything else? And I started fishing it about 3 years ago down at Grand Lake. And guys, I caught more fish shallow cranking on this thing at Grand Lake in the summertime than I have on any other lure combined, including a square bill. I don't know what it is about the thing, but I can tell you one thing that I know about fishing lures, overfishing them for years and years and years. You don't know how good a fishing lure is as far as how the bass react to it until you actually fish it. The thing that generates a strike, in my opinion, it's not necessarily how good the bait looks, because I've seen some really awesome looking baits that look realistic that I can't get a bite on. And I've seen some cheap, simple looking lures like the old Rebel, the Deep We Are, which is a really, cheap lure. It catches a lot of fish, but there's something about the action and the vibration, the water displacement, everything about this thing that adds up. The fish just react to it in the summertime. I don't know what it is, honestly. It's a combination of all that. But when you're talking about the mood and the personality of the bass, which we talk about a lot here on the channel, and matching that mood and personality to the lure, retrieve, and cadence and profile and color, everything just matches up with this thing. So this has been my go-to bait in July, August, and September, guys. If you fish with me in July, August, and September, you won't see me without this thing tied on. One of these three colors here, I'm gonna have it tied on anytime I'm fishing shallow water. Now, the water visibility on this thing, like a lot of stuff we talk about here in the channel, is pretty critical. You're gonna find out with the Super Z2 that the best situation for it as far as water clarity is anywhere between about a foot clarity to about 2.5 foot. That sort of that 12 inches to maybe 18-inch water visibility is perfect. If you gave me one ideal scenario, I'd pick 12 to 15 inches of water clarity if you have that off-colored stained water. And the cover can be anything. You can catch them on riprap, rock, wood, lay down trees, stumps, around docks, around grass beds. I've caught them on all of it. And the thing that makes this thing really cool, which you wouldn't think it, this thing comes through wood like a square bill crankbait. You can throw this thing, I'll pitch it, make short casts like in the middle of like a lay down tree, and this thing just like hunts and finds its way over it. You don't hardly ever get hung up with the thing. And it is just unbelievable. Brandon Paul, if you guys watched the Bassmaster Classic this year, Brandon Paulinet caught a bunch of his fish on this exact bait, the Megabass Super Z2, in the pre-spawn on a crawdad pattern. But the three patterns that I use are these three. Now, the frozen glass one here, guys, this is what I use if the water's a little bit cleaner. Say if I've got the water visibility around 2.5 foot, I'm going with the frozen glass. If I have it sort of in that, 1.5 to 2 foot of water, I'm using the chartreuse, the chartreuse back one, this one right here. And then if the water's really dirty, or say the water visibility is less than 12 inches, or it's cloudy and rainy, then I'll go to the blueback chartreuse side when it stands out a lot more. But these two right here are probably my two favorite colors with it. Most of the time I'm fishing it, I do like to fish it on a spinning rod. It casts very well with a bait caster, but I find in the summertime of the year, I can be a lot more diverse and a lot more efficient with a spinning rod. So I usually fish it on 8 to 10 pound test Seagar and Vizex line. that Megabass Whip Snake spinning rod, and the spinning rod allows me to make a long cast. So say for example, if I'm paralleling a riprap bank or a rocky bank, I can put this thing on an 8-pound test line on a spinning rod and just, fiend it out there, 40, 50, 60 foot, and get the thing down to that 4 to 6 foot zone, which is really good. And then I can also take it and, make an underhand pitch with the spinning rod around lay down trees and that type of stuff. Works really good. I've caught them on up to like 15-pound test before, but I prefer to throw it on a spinning rod. Although like I said, it casts well with a bait caster, I can just be more accurate and do more stuff with it with a spinning rod. But anyway, guys, like I said, I thought you guys are gonna say, oh dang Randy, just another Megabass commercial. Well, I'm telling you right now, just take it for what you will. If you wanna catch some good fish this summer, just get you one on that Tackle Warehouse link in my description. If you want to just get one, get the frozen glass. This has been my most consistent producer probably, but it'll get you some good fish. I can promise you that. It will rapidly become one of your favorite summertime crankbaits. And for a lot of you guys out there, this thing will replace a square bill. It's basically in the summertime of the year, I'll use a small square bill, some like the Megabass S Crank 1.2, the small one. But for most of my shallow cranking, this is what I got tied on right here. So anyway, I hope it helps you guys catch a few. We'll talk later.